to the Community Club Board of Directors annual meeting. I ask that you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and then a moment of silence following that for our fire department everywhere, our police everywhere, and our first responders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I am Jeannie Miller from your Board of Directors, and I am Secretary, and as the result of that, I have the privilege of introducing you to our current Board of Directors. And I'm going to start with Misty Galloway. If you would please stand when I call your name. And she has been with us for 12 years. She's a representative of our developer. And secondly is Diana Chalfant. And she is the interval owner representative. And today is her last day. We thank her. There's no mistake in the fact that I talked about the ladies first. And then secondly is Steve Smith, who is unable to be with us here today, who has served a 6-year term and is not able to make it this morning. Phil Birdsall, if you'll stand, is also, today is his last day. We thank him very much for his service. Bruce Cox is your treasurer. He's been with us. He's got another year yet. I'm going off the board just for a second to introduce to you Bob Weber, who is your general manager. And last but not least is Ken Fleury, who is your current chairman or president of the board, who is going to be with us for another year at least. And then I will turn, you need to stand for us. Thank you. I now turn the podium over to Ken.
Thank you, Jeannie, and good morning, and welcome to the 2020 annual membership meeting. We want to thank you for taking the time and making the effort to attend this morning's meeting. As required by Article 3, Section 302 of the Fairfield Glade Community Club bylaws, an annual meeting of the Fairfield Glade Community Club membership will be conducted on the third Friday of September of each year. The purpose of the annual membership meeting is to provide the membership with a report on the financial condition of the community club and to announce the results of the election of directors. Consistent with the 2020 annual membership meeting notice, there are no other matters for membership consideration on today's agenda. The first item on our of business today is to approve the minutes of the annual membership meeting from last year. So may I have a motion to approve the minutes of the 2019 annual membership meeting held on September 20th, 2019. Is there a second from the membership? Second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. The minutes of the September 20th, 2019 annual membership meeting are approved. And now I'd like to share a few comments with you regarding the year in review. The year 2020 will forever be remembered as a year of unprecedented and fundamental change and uncertainty in the way we live our daily lives. What was supposed to be a year filled with the celebrations and events surrounding our 50th anniversary as a community has turned out to be anything but. We do want to thank the members of our 50th anniversary committee for all of the time and effort they invested in planning the many 50th anniversary events. Unfortunately, those events became some of the first victims of the coronavirus. We appreciate your efforts to make our 50th anniversary year a year to remember. As we look back at our first 50 years, we recognize the many accomplishments that contributed to the growth and success of our community being strong and vibrant. We are deeply grateful to those who laid the foundation and to those who accepted the challenges to continue to build and strengthen our community during our first 50 years. We began 2020 saddened by the loss of Fairfield Glade Police Department Officer Jerry Singleton. Officer Singleton was our first and only in the line of duty loss. We will remember Officer Singleton for his years of dedicated public service and his extraordinary professionalism. Early in 2020, we were actively engaged in the restructure of our food and beverage operation, with construction underway on Phase 1 interior renovations to the Stonehenge Clubhouse. We were looking forward to planning the process for the Racket Center renovation project and being able to fully engage our Major Capital Projects Committee to assist with the management of the overall project. We were also anticipating our Monday night Mirror Light Blast moving to a new entertainment pavilion. And then came the coronavirus, and terms like COVID-19, social distancing, N95 face masks, face coverings, CDC guidelines, and governmental executive orders became all too familiar. Things changed, and so did almost every aspect of our daily lives. Fortunately for the community club, we finished 2019 in a very strong financial position, with nearly $1.9 million in POA operating reserves. We were well above our target of $1.5 million. And we also had an unused $5 million line of credit to fall back on. March became a month of extraordinary decisions as concerns over the spread of the coronavirus intensified. Our dine-in operations at Legends quickly became takeout only and then ceased completely. Our other amenities fared no better, and rapidly we found ourselves operating with no source of amenity use revenue from March 21st through April 30th. Divergent opinions surfaced almost immediately, ranging from feelings that we had overreacted, closed operations too soon, and should reopen, to feelings that we needed to take actions to isolate the Fairfield Glade community from the rest of the county, and especially from individuals coming from other states. Fortunately, during these difficult times, the true volunteer spirit of the Fairfield Glade community surfaced front and center. Neighbors turned to sewing face coverings for our first responders, medical providers, essential workers, and even their neighbors. Our service organizations stepped up to help neighbors in need, and our first responders went above and beyond, providing services to our most vulnerable. We made decisions to take care of our community club family members who needed help, and the community club membership generously supported our community club team members. The board decided to defer major operational expenses, including our annual $650,000 paving project and our $165,000 lake desilting project. We also challenged the senior management team to limit operational expenses to only those essential expenditures, and they stepped up and met that challenge. In May, we were able to begin implementing the first steps of our phased reopening strategy, and the board began meeting weekly and holding conference calls to evaluate the impact of the reopening steps taken and to recommend what steps to take next. The reopening process has been slow and deliberate, And unfortunately, along the way, many of our annual events also became casualties of the virus. One of the early highlights of our reopening process came the end of May with the much anticipated reopening of the newly renovated Stonehenge Grill. As we look forward to the remainder of 2020, we are still faced with uncertainty. The virus is out there among us, and we must remain vigilant. We cannot predict with any certainty the direction that the virus will take us, nor the impact that it will have on us. However, we are cautiously optimistic that we remain well-positioned to make the best of whatever comes our way. We are encouraged by the strength of our financial performance during June, July, and August, and are fully aware that we will need to be diligent in controlling our expenses for the rest of the year. We believe that there is a very good chance that we will end 2020 near where we started 2020 financially, which in light of the loss of revenue will be an extraordinary accomplishment. We are looking forward to the construction for Phase 2 exterior and kitchen redesign of the Stonehenge Clubhouse, the Racket Center renovation, the Robin Hood Park expansion, which will include for the first time a Fairfield Glade Veterans and First Responders Memorial, and the completion of the new Mirror Lake Entertainment Pavilion. These are all extraordinary and exciting opportunities, and we are optimistic and confident that our plans and actions will provide Fairfield Glade with the opportunity to enjoy another 50 years of growth and prosperity, ensuring that Fairfield Glade will continue to be one of the best value master plan communities in the United States. We'd like to thank all the members of the Community Club family, from Bob Weber, our general manager, to the members of our senior management team, to each and every member of the Community Club team. You have risen to the occasion with unwavering commitment and dedication, and you all have made us proud. We continue to be impressed by and grateful for the dedicated service of our 100-plus fellow Community Club members that volunteer to participate on our board advisory committees. Your input and feedback are essential parts of the board's decision-making process. To my fellow board members, thank you for demonstrating what an exceptional team can accomplish when faced with exceptional challenges. They deliver exceptional results. Each of you vigorously advocated your point of view as we deliberated. But when it came time for a decision, each of you reached consensus around what was in the best interest of the community as a whole. And finally, we want to thank each and every one of you, the members of the community club we represent. You have been resilient, very supportive, and we appreciate the confidence and trust you have expressed in us. And that is our 2020 year in review. It's now my pleasure to introduce Bruce Cox, who is our community club board treasurer, to present the treasurer's report and the 2019 audit report. Bruce? There you go.
focus